This is Las Vegas Real Estate Now with local real estate expert Harvey Blankfeld.
Where we want to educate you about our market, empower you to make wise decisions, and help you engage with our expert contributors. You know, one of the important elements of our market right now, and I know Forrest harps on this, our broker, Forrest Barbie, harps on the idea that we've got a lot of overpriced inventory out there right now. Can you talk a little bit about what's happening with the inventory and how some of the listings are a little too high?
Well, this may sound dramatic, but out of the inventory in total that is now listed for sale, 59% of it is priced over what the market can bear.
Wow.
So when we talk about extending that timeline of property sitting on the market, that's going to be a big part of that reason.
And so when sellers take a look at their comparable sales in the neighborhood, or the comparable properties in the neighborhood, and they see that all the neighbors are listed at a certain price, really a more important number is not what they're listed at, but what the most recent closings have been. And that's where I really want to point sellers at right now.
Well, I mean, and we've talked about this on other shows. First, I think the big, trap is when you read in the paper general information and you automatically take that and you personalize it to your property.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Right.
General information has its place, but it's not there to affect your individual sale or purchase. We've got groups of sellers that, they want to maximize their equity, but they're realistic in how they want to do that. Then you can fall into a scenario where you want to maximize your equity, but you do that by overpricing the property. And what you don't realize, you're hurting your equity in the long run. You end up getting less for the property. The other big trap out there is that, okay, let's start it higher and we'll inch it down. Worst thing you can do is inch the price down. What you do is just follow the market, lower. Instead of getting aggressive, understanding where the market is for your particular location, your price range, your property, and then pricing it aggressively but correctly. What we want to do is always work. How can we get them the highest price, and really more importantly, the highest net?
Yes.
Okay, for their property, because it's really the check that they walk out with. My always caution is, some of the things that you think would help you can end up hurting you in the long run. And so we have just had so much more success maximizing a seller's equity by first looking what's going on, looking at the other inventory that's priced, looking at the sales, what's actually going on in the market, and then saying, okay, here's where you should be, and taking into account, look at this property is highly upgraded. Okay, it will help it sell more quickly. It'll help us get more purchasers in there. But if you price yourself out of that market, you're now reversing that process and stopping purchasers from coming through.
So you have to be close to where you're prepared to land. And time is money. And look, selling a home is tough. I mean, it's tough on the family. The move is always tough. Showings are tough. They're a challenge. You got to keep that house in good, clean order. You've got to make sure the presentations are done well. And so you don't want to be doing that for 3, 4, 5, and 6 months. You want to get that thing done.
Sure.
And houses get stale, too, on the market.
Oh, absolutely. The longer they sit, people are wondering, okay, what's the issue? Is there a challenge I don't know about? So, it is certainly a process, but a process that you want to command, not have it run you. It's funny. I'll have people come to me and say, so I hear prices are under pressure. And what's your take? And I immediately go back to, and something we just talked about is, what part of town are you talking about? Which house are you speaking about? As soon as they go to this general statement, it's truthfully, not to be rude, it's worthless information.
Indeed, and the same thing happens. I mean, it goes even beyond that. It goes from a national perspective. We look at national numbers, and they don't relate to our market at all.
Correct.
This has been Las Vegas Real Estate Now. Thanks for listening. And remember to tune in every Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. on 101.5 FM, 720 a.m. KDAWN.